Incentive doesn't disappear in a socialist or a communist society. It just changes and evolves. You have an incentive to do your chores around your house because you don't want to live in a filthy house. That makes sense. It doesn't have to be just monetary.
So you don't think monetary incentive drives people, or you're saying that people should be excited to do their job whether they're getting incentivized for it or not? You got two countries, North Korea, South Korea. One is communism and one is capitalism. North Korea's GDP last year was $23 billion. If you lived in North Korea, you wouldn't be able to do what you're doing right now. In South Korea, their GDP is $1.7 trillion.
South Korea is also owned by like 5 companies in total in the entire
70
country.
times better
you think
than North
that's something
Korea.
to live by? If you are employed by the top 5 countries.
You like to be free where you can have a strong opinion. If I were to give you your $2,350, which is the cost to renunciate your citizenship, and I paid you your first class, flight to whatever communist country, and $20,000 of spending money.
Name me a communist country.
Would you give up your citizenship to go to that country?
Whichever
communist country you want to go to.
Yeah,
Cuba, we can give you Venezuela, we give you North Korea, any one of those you want to go to.
This is the first offer that Patrick Bet-David makes throughout this video, and this is a fantastic strategy here because he's telling them to put their money where their mouth is. Any of these communist countries, we will fly you out to first class. I mean, it is communism that you are arguing for after all. And if you think that your version of communism will be the best and most moral and righteous one, well, so did Chairman Mao, so did Stalin, so did Pol Pot. And she mentioned North and South Korea there. And I've been to these places. Well, I've been to the demilitarized zone between North and South Korea. And what she's talking about there with the big corporations is what's called the Kaibols or the Chibols, which is companies like LG and Samsung and Hyundai. Because the north of Korea has all of the agriculture, the South had to find a way to make their economy competitive. And so what they did was they put their support into these Chibol companies, and they employ huge amounts of the population, but not as many as she said. It's about 10% of the nation's workforce. I mean, you can be a capitalist in South Korea if you want. You can start a company. There's lots of restaurants, lots of retail stores and all of this. But it would have been interesting there to see Patrick Bet-David ask her a little bit more about her view on North and South Korea and which society she actually thinks is better, because I have a feeling she may have said North.